So I'm at a beach. It's looking pretty sunny today. Um, it's the weekend, and I was feeling a little under the weather, and thought I should venture out and see some sunshine. Maybe feel a little better about myself. But it's not fully going away, but I think it does help a little bit. And I think what's good about it is you get a bit of perspective. Going out, sunshine, it always gives you some perspective. Whenever I feel like shit, it's typically when I'm home alone, looking at my computer. I have so much in life, but yet, sometimes it just doesn't go away, does it? Anyway, I'm enjoying the sunlight. It's pretty bright, and it does makes things look a little brighter, just at 1%. It is an interesting thought, though, in terms of what I can do. What if I started doing something that makes no sense at all? That was kind of my thought, making this video. What if we just had vibes and nothing else? Nothing else at all. Just look at this gorgeous, gorgeous scenery and think about what that means. Huh. Just saw someone who dyed his hair red. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of dogs in this beach, but they seem to be having a ton of fun. If doggy paradise was a thing, I think this must be it. They, the furry four-legged pals cost a fortune, but seem to be having a lot of fun. So maybe I'll try to do something next time. Something a little more interesting than this. Oh, the doggy just ran 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour? No, that doesn't sound right. What am I even talking about? I don't even know. I feel like a crazy maniac. But maybe it's for the best. Maybe life is just meant to be a little bit easier every single time you lift your finger. And that's what they say, right? They say life is supposed to be easy. Doesn't really look that easy to me. I mean, it could be easy. It could be very easy. I could just subject myself to less work, a more casual lifestyle, walking on the beach, and I think I would be happy. But maybe I won't. Who knows? I think when you work hard at something, sometimes you feel the fantasy to run away, just drop it all, fuck all that shit. Just make it come home, baby. Just make the bread, fuck the bread, fuck the bread, just walk away. Save up all that money and buy a place in the middle of nowhere, far away from civilization, never having to participate in all of this bullshit. It must be nice, right? At least I tell myself that. But will it be? Is the question. I see so much potential for doing fuck all that sometimes, when you do fuck all, you kind of wonder what's the point? And such is the curse of a high performing individual. You wouldn't do nothing, but at the same time, you can't stand doing nothing. So, what is it that I actually care about, right? I must think about that sometimes. Am I a dog? Yeah, maybe. I want to be a dog. With a good owner, of course. I think that's the kind of the curse of being a dog, is you don't really have a choice of your owner. And it can get quite tough sometimes, having to deal with people, as I know. So, what is the solution? How do I escape of this gorgeous, gorgeous scenery, all this nothingness, and find true meaning, whatever the hell that means? It's a tough thing, to find true meaning. Some people spend the rest of their lives trying to find that coveted true meaning, and they never do. And then they realize it's been there all along. The journey to find true meaning was the true meaning. Very meta, I know, but sometimes that's what it is. I know I'll die one day, and that gives a sense of finiteness that feels more prevalent with every passing year. Oh, I see a dog holding a stick. Very interesting. Um, anyway, um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the journey is the meaning. Maybe the process of finding it gives your life meaning. You may not be a trillionaire, you may not become one of the world's one of the greatest human beings on the planet, but thinking there must surely be a way to opt out. I also ask myself, why is it that I feel the need to opt out? Because I feel a bit too tired of that grind and hustle. It's gotten a bit too exhausting for me. And I'm starting to wonder what the meaning of additional dollars will be in the face of even more money. Does it really make a difference to my life? If I want a traditional life, then it's slightly different. I want to have two kids, a car, a house. That's really expensive. So maybe I can modify that expectation a little bit. I do want a good amount of cash to feel comfortable, to have the freedom to do something else. But at the same time, I kind of want the ability to do things that cost money, such as the dilemma. I could opt out for a couple years, but it's not long term. I will have to re engage with society at some point. And it's not a bad thing, per se. But I do think if you can envision a life for yourself of what you want it to be, is it really such a bad thing to opt out if that's part of your dream? I don't think so. Again, I'm also pretty young. There just might be a passing phase in my life. It might just be another reason to engage. But I can't say for sure. It's it's um, it's not something that's easy to do. On the surface, I think I have it pretty well. I can just continue on this path and it'll lead to a very normal life. Oh, I got my bike dirty. That sucks. Well, but the problem with me is that I don't want a normal life. I think such lies the issue, you know? It's like, it's right in front of you. The apple is right in front of you. You can just grab it. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Such is the problem with me. I think it's like, I don't want to grab that apple, man. I don't want to grab it. That apple comes with a lot of baggage, expectations. Can I just not abstain myself from all those expectations? Maybe this is what the new generation Gen Z is talking about. Expectation of having to do something. It's a very entitled way of thinking if you think about it. Humans have always suffered immensely for most of their lives. And some humans don't even have the luxury of thinking about what the meaning of all this bullshit is. And yet, here I am on a beautiful beach with dogs aplenty, waves aplenty, humans aplenty. And here I am, being melancholic and philosophical just because I can afford it, right? I can afford to. And it's kind of fun to do it. I mean, it's kind of fun to think about it by myself. But the capitalist in me has to monetize this somehow. And that's probably why you're hearing about this on YouTube. Because if you put yourself out there, maybe something will come back. That's what they say, right? So, yeah, I'm hoping to make this more of a consistently new series of lifestyles, maybe. Where I just talk incredible monologue for like an hour or so and see who the fuck actually listens. Um, yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I think it's kind of therapeutic, actually, to just stand in the middle of the beach just by myself, whispering into the mic. People around me with family, dogs, and kids. People just walking around, enjoying their weekend. Here I am, being a dark cloud across their souls. Yeah, well, anyway. Um, what else? What else? Um, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like this is just a scam. I do want to opt out, but I don't think I can opt out for long. I want to find a way to opt out, but maybe next time I'll think twice before before making a decision about where I want my life to head, what I care about. Doubts, uncertainty, that's all part of life, but sometimes things can be easier if you just take a moment to take a breather, not push yourself into the next thing. I do think that's something I just can't stop myself, you know? It's, I like to say I'm chill. I think I'm pretty chill, but sometimes you get a bit competitive too, and it might be good at a young age, but if you're too competitive, you kind of lose sight of the forest for the trees, and kind of look back 20 years from now and be fucking miserable. Yeah, that's not something I want to do. So yeah, gotta find a way. And oh, it looks like the U.S. military is doing some jet drills by the ocean. You can't see it, but I do. But it looks pretty interesting. It's it's a couple of F-16s just flying around, making a ton of noise, and yeah. So what's next? What's next from here? I uh, I think that maybe you can take things slower some days. on the weekends. Just moments like this, where you're not exactly being productive. You don't have to be productive 24/7, but you're not exactly being productive. I'm at the beach talking to myself and just voicing out a lot of the thoughts that I have in my head that I don't really articulate too often. It's kind of, stuff that's kind of stuck in your head, but you just don't voice it out. And sometimes speaking it out loud kind of clears a bit of the mumbo jumbo in your head. It made no sense, but it made some sense to me. And I'm also thinking how I can create a voice log of everything I've said in the past into a document that I can use something like ChatGPT to be like a therapist or something. That could be a cool app. I think that's a really cool app for people who like to speak to themselves. It's a bit of a new experience. Um, but I'm liking it so far. It's a bit uncomfortable doing it in front of a couple of random people out here, but I'm kind of whispering. So if anything, I look like a maniac. Holding on to my bike. It's not too bad. But yeah, I think I have to find some way to make it crystal clear that I want to do something different with my life. Or do I? Or is the idea of opening a farm just too sexy that I have to do it at some point? And maybe I will. Maybe I will. Because there's one thing about me you should know. I like a good story. I like having a good story to my life, and I want to try it out. Try everything the world has to offer, and maybe one day I'll actually make it out of here. A changed man, a changed human being. Ugh, my legs are tired from just crouching down here by my bike. It's getting really cold too, so I might just call it off. Well, call it a day on this voice memo, as they call it. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Well, that felt good. That felt good. If there's anything you take away from this, if you actually listen to the end, um, one takeaway that you should have in your life is you should be slightly crazy sometimes. Let it out. Let it go. Bye bye.